Hey guys, Chris here from Carolyn Miniature Horses. We are preparing for some severe weather today. We are going to finish feeding the horses. They've had hay. I have Sweetheart's grain here on my arm ready to go, give that to her. And while she is eating, my husband and I are working to divide our run-in that is on the back of our barn. It's currently been closed off. The horses have not had access, and we've been using it for garden storage. It has tomato cages and extra deer netting. There's a giant water trough back there. The lawnmower is back there, all kinds of sort of random things. And so this morning what we are doing is working to clear out as much as we can and take all the gardening supplies back to the garden where they will soon be needed. And we are going to consolidate everything onto one half for storage. And then the other half of the run-in, we are going to open up for the mini so that they can have a third shelter. That way everyone will have access to more than enough space should we have some severe weather this afternoon. So that's what we're up to this morning. It's a race against time. We have some wind that's already rolling in, and we should be receiving rain probably by about noon. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's every bit of 10 o'clock now. I've got my second cup of coffee ready to go. I'm going to head down to the barn and join up with my husband. He is already down there working to clear out the run-in. So wish us luck. It's a busy morning, but we're just so glad that we have time and the opportunity and the space to create yet another turnout space for these ponies. Now that we have 5, I just want to make sure that everyone has enough room. We do have the 2 stalls, but you know, with severe weather, I don't want anyone standing outside if we can at all help it. So that's what we're up to. Here we go. So here we've got Sweetheart. She's eating in the feedlot. The boys are playing. Here's little Snuggles. Hi, sweet girl. And then Clover's hanging out. They've all had their morning hay. They've eaten some of it, but they still have a little out here in the front paddock. But they're just hanging out, and I think they're somewhat interested in the commotion taking place in the back of the barn. So it's a little windy so far, but no rain. We're still at it. The winds are picking up. It just died down a little so I can talk. But we are still clearing out the run-in. We've decided that we have some things we've been holding on to for a little bit that we're going to go ahead, haul off, either take to the dump or Goodwill or somewhere. We have some bikes that we just don't use anymore. They used to be our daughters when they were younger. We still have our 2 bikes that Joe and I do use. We like to hit up the rail trails and kind of check them out sometimes. But so we have a lot of things that we've been holding on to. It's time to let them go. So I'm going to pull the truck down. We're going to load it up, and we've just about got everything cleared out of the run-in, which was the first step. Then we're going to consolidate and put up that divider. So making good progress. Still no rain, but we do have the winds continuing to roll in. I've still got my coffee here, still working on cup number 2.
As I am pulling the truck around through the front yard, I wanted to take this quick moment and just mention that as I've looked back over this video, I am talking really, really fast throughout the entire day. I think it's the weather that just has me all excited.
I'm out here, I'm picking the paddock in the back just before the rains roll in. We have the run-in cleared out behind me there, and a few things loaded into the truck to haul off. So we're making really steady progress out here. And we'll keep you posted. Again, the next thing to do is to kind of get everything back into the run-in, and then to find fence boards that will work for our divider. That's our hope. So fingers crossed we can make all that happen today. As I am out here in the backfield picking, I wanted to bring your attention to the grass. You can really see where the grass is significantly beginning to grow. We've had a relatively warm week, a little moisture, a few little sprinkles, and today I bet you it's every bit of 75 degrees out here right now. It's very warm, it's very humid, and we are definitely going to get a good ½ inch or more of rain with this front that's coming in. So the grass is a real issue, beginning to really see it popping. I have one horse especially that I am probably going to need to go ahead and really work on pulling off of the field. Here, I apologize for the wind, but you can really see the grass in the field beginning to green up. You know, it's that time of year, so spring has sprung, and we're going to need to work on creating a true dry lot situation for at least one of our horses. So that's next on the to-do list this week. What I'm doing right now, I am pulling some old rounds of hay off. We had a couple of old round bales left over from several years ago, and they've just been sitting. This one's actually been under cover all winter. Once we started unrolling it, the outer edge was quite moldy and gross, so we pulled that off, and we've just been using this for footing, more or less, to like cover up the really mucky areas. The horses have been really good about not eating the older hay. By and large, it's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not tasty hay. It would be perfectly fine for other livestock. And the horses don't seem interested in trying to pick through it. So we're going to keep using this for a little bit of footing in the back run-in area. The drainage back there and the drip from the gutters are not in great shape. We're going to need to do some work back there this summer. But right now we are going to just kind of cover, oh, there goes the tarp, it startled me. We're going to cover up the ground because it kind of always stays a little wet. And with this rain that we're expecting, I do imagine it could get pretty muddy back there. So we're going to lay some old hay down there to kind of cover the muck and keep the horses from standing in that wetness. And yeah, so that's what I'm up to, if you were curious. I've got a big wheelbarrow full of hay here, and there's that little bit of the round that's left over. I'll cover it back up, and that just keeps it from getting too more moldy or musty or gross, you know. Right now it's still serviceable for usage around the farm. It's just not quality hay that the horses would want to eat. It's not so moldy or gross that it's going to make them sick. We've checked that, but you know, they're just not interested in it. Taking you up close with this round bale hay that I have been peeling off. You know, as I look at it, it is a little dusty, but I don't see any mold on it. You know, the very top of the bale you can see has certainly turned, and it's no good for sure. But by and large, the bale is in pretty good shape considering it's probably 5 years old, 6 years old, and we're just repurposing it now. No need to waste it. We have all 5 of the horses here grazing. Actually 4 of them I would say are technically grazing, and Clover here in the middle, he is finishing up the last few morsels of the morning hay. And I've got to say that's probably a good thing. You know, if any of them are going to actually stay on the hay longer and consume less grass with the higher sugar content, it's probably a good thing that it's Clover. He is the one that I am most watchful of right now, and he is the one that we are likely going to want to pull off of the grass during the daytime hours, starting here in just the next day or so. Once we get something set up, the stalls are not quite ideal for him yet. I need to either build a door that he can see out of, or just bite the bullet and purchase a grate style door that he can see through. So that's something that we were going to want to do this week, because everyone's happy, they're doing well in the grass. It is continuing to grow, and we want to make sure that no one has any issues. So Clover's the one that we're watching most closely right now. That's him right there in the middle, Mr. Clover. He has the most interesting coat color. I can't wait to see him shed out. What I wanted to show you here is the gate. This is a gate that we have on the back field for the minis, and it leads to what will soon be a small little paddock over here. But when I latched the gate, it's a little trigger snap here. I made sure that the trigger snap is on the back side of the field here. It's not on the inner side. That is primarily with shenanigans in mind. He's very mouthy, he likes to chew on things, and it is not the heaviest duty snap. In the future, I'll probably want to find something a little sturdier. But he could potentially chew on it hard enough to actually break part of the snap. So I have just put that on the outside where it's not as accessible for him to reach and chew on. So just, you know, got to keep those kind of things in mind when you know you have a horse that tends to play with things, chew on things, or be a bit of a Houdini. So just wanted to show you that. Here is another look at the run-in that we have sectioned off. It's a nice oversized run-in. Back when we had full-size horses, you know, we had no problem with 3 or more horses sharing it. With the minis, we decided to go ahead and section it in half. They've actually got a little over half. Perfect timing. We just finished up the run-in back here. You can see half is now open, half has been closed off. It still has some storage items. The back field is now clear. We've pulled the truck out, we've latched the gate, and so I am going to, if I can find them here, I'm going to go and open up all of our other gates so that the minis can now have access to the barnyard as well as the back field. We had sectioned them off and closed them into that front paddock just so that we could be moving in and around the barn without fear of anyone, you know, getting in the way or getting out. So we've wrapped up our work here. I just felt a few raindrops start to fall. You might even see them on the camera screen. So perfect timing. It's maybe 11:30 now. We got a lot accomplished this morning. Now that all of the morning chores are finished and we wrapped up our project for the day, we're gonna head back inside, we're gonna have some breakfast, and really just kind of rest and take it easy for the rest of the day. Rainy days sometimes are a bit of a day off, and so we're gonna enjoy the afternoon, and we're thankful for the rain. You know, it's very helpful for all of our other garden plants, our fruit trees and bushes that we have around the farm. So spring rains are really good. So yeah, just time to kind of take it easy and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for hanging in there. I know it was super windy in these videos. That's just sort of the day it was. But again, we got this run-in finished. The minis have plenty of room now, and we got it all done before the severe weather hit. So very good day. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.